Welcome back. St. Francis Neighborhood Center is the oldest community enrichment program in Baltimore City. And here today to tell us more about the center is Torben Green, Program Director. Torben, welcome aboard, sir.
Thank you.
It's great to have you here. Tell us about, for the people that aren't familiar, St. Francis and the center there. Talk about your core mission, what you guys do.
So basically at St. Francis, we are trying to reverse that cycle of poverty that goes on in West Baltimore. And we do that by providing education and resources in that area. And
as you work to enrich the city more or bring more empowerment to those maybe communities that need it, talk about some of your recent activities and efforts in that area.
So something recent would be every year we do a resource fair.
Okay.
We bring in all these resources throughout the city. It could be the health department, it could be HIV testing, stuff like that that's not in that area. Reservoir Hill is located in a, some people would call it a food desert, some say low access to food. So we bring in all these resources, and it's always a fun time because we bring in like live bands and music, and it's just a fun time.
It's a great mission, but also maybe have a little fun while you're at it. We like that.
Exactly.
You know, you're well known for your after-school program and your summer program for the youth. Tell us about that.
So our after-school program is pretty unique. We partner with like 12 different schools in Baltimore City. So that alone makes us unique, but we like to teach through art and action. So we bring in a lot of partners. We do an hour of like academics and an hour of enrichment during that 3-hour period. And with the enrichment part, we bring in like code into schools, we're bringing yoga, we're bringing artists from MICA to come in and work with our kids. And they get a real kick out of working with them, and they learn a lot.
We've been looking at some of those smiling faces on the screen. That just has to really be what drives you so much at St. Francis, right? Helping those kids?
Absolutely. There's always a question that's asked, what do you, you know, what's the most you get out of it? And for me, it's when I see a child that finally gets something, and you can see the IKEA moment in their eyes. For me, that does it for me.
Well, we are all about helping the kids, that's for sure. You know, as you look ahead to the upcoming year and upcoming years even, we know that you have a capital campaign. That's very important. Tell our viewers about that and maybe how they could even help with that.
Oh, absolutely. So our capital campaign is called the Count on Me campaign. We're basically trying to raise $4 million to not only renovate, but to expand our current center. Our center right now is the old Joseph A. Banks estate owned by the Kahlos back 150 years ago.
Wow, okay.
So we're in this brownstone and we're just bursting at the seams. So we're looking to just really expand from 50 to 60 students to just under 200 students. And that'll give us a bigger reach in West Baltimore and pretty much be a model of what an after-school program should be in that area.
I mean, I don't want to say you're almost a victim of your own success. You've done so much with so many, and now you really just need more room, for one thing.
Yes, more room, more volunteers, more partnerships. We're really trying to bring West Baltimore together.
Yeah. Well, again, we really applaud your efforts. Any last thoughts on what you do, what drives you there at St. Francis? Any last thoughts you'd like to share?
For me, it would be the success stories that I get, whether it's a student who wouldn't barely talk, and now he's thriving by being in St. Francis, or a parent who's able to take their kids to St. Francis, and she's able to get her nursing degree while her kids are learning. So to me, it's more than just the kids, it's also the family and the community.
Yeah, and it empowers those underprivileged families at all levels, really, and lets them move up to the next level.
Yes, it does.
Really a great effort by you at St. Francis. Torben, thank you so much for coming in, talking with us today here on Midday Maryland. We want to help you out with that capital campaign, so be sure to check them out at St. Francis. We'll be back with more Midday Maryland right after this, so stay with us.